driving from one spot to the other one, which was still downtown Dallas, like in deep Elm. And while she started driving off, and this girl didn't make it all the way in the car yet, her leg was hanging out the car. That was so damn funny. Her leg was hanging out the car. Everybody's like, wait, hold on. She wasn't hurt or nothing, but they was lapped up back there. That's why she's leaning forward. She wasn't leaning up. She was actually lapped up in the back seat. Like, and we sat on the side of the road eating tacos. That's them in the back seat. We was on the sidewalk eating tacos. And while one of my friends just walking down the street with a bag in his hand, I was like, hey, so and so. He's like, oh, what's up? What you doing over here? We was doing the most. That's when we did a pole dancing class too. Strippers are strong. I don't know if it's for me. So yeah, lots of fun. Fun was had. This was cute. I gave this outfit away. This was me being fast in these streets. Where I used to dress up and go places. Yeah, we did a lot. Call myself paint a damn picture. Oh, this is another night out. So much fun. Anyway, I ain't finna be on here long tonight. I'm still trying to grow my YouTube audience, and it was like certain times it be popping, it was popping the other day, but when the energy ain't there, I be like, God just want me to go watch the Chinese dramas that I be watching. This salad was fire. I'm looking at food I made now. I feel bad talking about it, not showing it. This is the salad in question. Trying to hold it like this so the light won't glare. It's a Greek salad. Okay. Because I'll be looking at these pictures forever. Why do I have a picture of chairs and a table? This one ain't got no damn storage in my phone because of dumb stuff like that. Just pictures of random chairs and tables at a venue. You be looking over all these pictures you done took with people in Dallas and stuff or in your life. I don't even talk to these damn people no more. Like, we honestly don't get along. And I have so many pictures with them. And y'all, that's another thing. The people who will sit right in your energy the most, like they act like, hey friend, hey this, hey that. I haven't asked you, thank you. Like, hey friend, hey that. Be the same heifers that end up really hating you. Like, we don't talk like they did some dirty stuff behind all of that. Like, what was you trying to be close to me for? Because how you turn and do this stuff, like all these same messy hoes just go gang up and what Cardi B say? This bitch hate me and this bitch hate me. They link up and somehow become friends. That's what they be doing. Like I don't know. It's just me. Okay, and this is a good hack. This is my bathroom. I'm so glad I've always had my own bathroom. I did not have to share a bathroom with my sons. Shanitra wouldn't have made it. Um, you see how I got these shower curtain hooks? I bought a pack of shower. It was a hack I saw on Pinterest. I bought a pack of shower curtain hooks and put them on my towel bar because I had so many things that I need to hang up in my shower. Like this was like, if you get waxed, you have to use one of these short exfoliating brushes every few days. Then the back scrubber, you could do body brushing. Then my loofah thing, you know. And it was nice to have all these little hangy things, shower curtain hooks on the bar because everything couldn't fit on the bar or you didn't have a place to put it. So that's a nice little hack for the bathroom. I love interior design and stuff. They was just regular little white shower curtain hooks to match the bathroom. What is this? Flight itinerary. Yeah, I just have too much random stuff in here that needs to be deleted. And this is why I'm like, how you use 100 gigs of storage? Take a picture of everything you ever saw. Basically. Basically that. When I go back through these random memories, that's what be happening. Like, why do I have 50 pictures of the same thing or this picture at all? At all. Them was the best nails I ever had. That can stay. Move to trash. Why Raya in her in my pictures? Girl, I got you. It's a picture of you. This one y'all must have had came to visit then, cause you got my phone taking pictures. This one. Cause my headboard in the background. Yep. That's when y'all had came to visit me. 108 degrees. Pretty much. And delete all these pictures of food. But yeah, it was crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This was my dining room. Can't hardly tell. But I used to custom upholster my chairs and stuff like that. I've had that dinette set. It's in Texas right now at an old friend's house. But I got all my stuff scattered. Everybody's got something from me. Yeah, them shower curtain hooks. Go buy a pack of shower curtain hooks to match the decor in your bathroom. Put them over the towel board. Hang all your stuff up in the shower. Yep. What else? Yep, I've had that dinette set. That was the only dinette set I ever had. I've bought different couches over the years, but I had that dinette set since 2004. 2004. When I moved. Oof, 2003. I bought it in 2003 when I got my own place. After I went to college, came back pregnant, stayed with my mom for 2 years, moved back out and got my own place. Never went back until last year. But I had that dinette set. That's the only dinette set I ever had since 2003, y'all. It is still in use. And I would recover the chairs, reupholster the fabric. So the fabric that's on there is not the fabric that came with it, but it's iron and it was welded together. So the chairs, the base of the chair ain't screwed to the back of the chair, is welded. Even the base of it is welded. And so it's just always lasted. So get you some good iron furniture. And it had a glass top. And everybody's like, ain't you scared your kids gonna break it? My kids ain't never broke nothing. It was always other people's kids that broke stuff on my table. Every time. Every time. And the original apartment I moved into in Dallas, y'all, the original one I first moved to Dallas, it was on the second floor, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, right? I had moved out of that one a few months later and transferred to another apartment. I started working for them, so I got 50% off my rent. I was doing part-time events for them when I got off work during the day. I was already working from home, and then I was working on property. I never had to drive anywhere. So I said, let me get the townhouse. It was a 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhouse because my oldest son came to stay with me in Dallas, and my youngest son was there too. And so I said, at least we'll have more space, even though I can't get an extra bedroom. And I'll take advantage of having the bigger unit since I get 50% off the rent. So my rent was like $735. People was like, you pay what in Addison? Yup. So I moved out of that first apartment into the second one, which was a townhouse. It was facing the street. Why drive back around there one day? I met this lady and her kids doing the events. I was out at the little playground area hosting something, like giving away snacks and stuff, right? I just make up events and get in food and let them play games and stuff. That's all I really did. And so all the kids in the complex knew me. Everybody like, you Genesis mama? Yep. So it was a black couple and they had 2 little girls. Why did I drive around? I met them at the park. And they was like, yeah, we stay at this unit. I said, that's my old unit. They was like, oh, yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then, y'all, why one day before I moved out there, I drove around the corner and that mug was it caught on fire. Like, it was burnt up. The whole apartment. Right? Yeah, that apartment when y'all came to see me, it was burnt all the way up. Oh, my God. I think the people downstairs had to move out, too. It was 2 Cuban twin sisters down there, 2 little old ladies. They were so nice. Um, that apartment caught on fire. I mean, it was gone. If you just look up there, you can see straight through it. I'm like, damn, I'm surprised the whole building. If it wasn't like the stucco exterior, the whole building probably would have burnt up. So they said something happened. Something happened that was faulty or something. I don't know. I said, y'all, look at God. She was like, lucky we wasn't at home. She said, lucky we wasn't at home. And I was like, did God move me out that unit? Did God move me out that apartment unit? Okay. Did God move me out the unit? Because if something was wrong and it caught on fire, what if I was just there asleep? That's crazy. Come think of it. But that one was what, second floor. So it was 2047, which is 2 and 11. So that's 13. That's a 4 energy. That's a trying to hold on kind of energy. We'll see. But yeah. So that was that on that apartment. But that's crazy. You think about like if that apartment caught on fire and they went at home, couldn't it caught on fire when I was at home? Make you think. God, when my son came down there, I decided to move. Confirmation. God moved me out that apartment because it was gonna catch on fire either way, no matter who was living there. That's crazy. Shit, it could have been sooner dealing with my kids. It's so good. It tastes like cinnamon, honey, and lemon. So yeah, I am going to go. It looks like y'all gone. I don't see nobody here. I think I've said what I needed to say and done what I needed to do. And think about, now I got something else to think about. Like, damn, God really be moving in my life. So I need to quit worrying about stuff. That was more confirmation I needed tonight, y'all. Hopefully I said something tonight to help somebody, because you just be telling stories, showing pictures, reminiscing a little bit, saying this, saying that. You don't really know what other people are going through, but a lot of things that I say, I'm divinely led and guided. So if it seems random at first, it resonated with somebody, I'm sure. It typically does. And hopefully one of my little random Dallas stories, how God moved me out of the fire, okay? Before the fire came. Because even just moving down there, somebody was trying to discourage me from moving to Dallas. Oh, I live there. It's expensive to live there. How you gonna stay there? How you gonna do this? Then when they found out I was moving to Addison, people were like, how are you gonna afford that? How you? I'm like, my rent ain't that much. But God be finding ways to get you into places. Everything I got, God lowered the price for me, baby. Within 3 weeks of living in that apartment, I started working for them. I was praying in St. Louis for a job with my apartment complex so I could pay less rent. I was praying like, dang, I wish I could just work for them and pay 50% of the rent. And granted, the rent was already cheap. It was $12.35. I still wanted to pay less because I was a single mom. I'm like, I want to keep my money. He's gonna bring the word. And so moving to Dallas, I immediately had my wish granted. They switched leasing. The people in the leasing office there, I signed my lease. When I went back around there, they wasn't there no more. They put all these notices on everybody's door. They did a survey. They said, would you like to see community programs? I'm like, community programs? Like teaching learning financial literacy. I said, I did all this stuff in multi-level marketing with a financial company. I was like, I'm a project manager. I know how to run meetings. I know how to do all this. I said, I can teach these classes. Y'all, this is bold faith. Bold faith. I got that survey. I looked at it. I said, nuh-uh. I got that paper. This is 16-year-old me. I would go get a job and like I walk in and talk. I need to talk to the hiring manager. They're like, who are you? I need a job, but well, you can fill out. No, I need to talk to the hiring manager right now. That was me getting a job at 16. That's how I got all my jobs when I was in high school. I need to talk to the hiring manager. I don't need you to give me no application. I get it from them. And I will let them know what my name is. I will let them know I'm finna fill out this application right now. And I'm gonna see, are you serious about hiring somebody? Because I'm serious about working. And that's how I got all my jobs in high school. You gotta have some. I've been bold a long time. So I saw that survey for this apartment complex come around. I said, do we want these programs in our apartment complex? And I was like, I could teach these. That was immediately what I thought. I don't need them. I could teach them. I walked around her to the office and I said, so what y'all finna be doing with these? Like, who's teaching these? Blah, blah, blah. Who's gonna run this program? That's how I asked them. And he's like, well, we'll be getting resident ambassadors in the community. And they didn't say nothing about that on their paper. But I walked around there. I was like, do I need them? I could teach them. That was my attitude. And I went around there and I talked to them and they said, okay, we're gonna have so and so call you from corporate. She called me. We having a phone conversation. Her name's Erica. She's Hispanic. And we having a phone conversation. Little did I know that was my interview. She's like, okay, I'm gonna send you the training and a W-4 and a 1099, and your payment will be 50% off your rent. Blah blah blah. So we got to do a 1099. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, you're hired. I was like, I didn't know. I thought she was just going to answer my questions about it. I didn't know this was the actual interview. And I'm talking to her like I talk to y'all, minus the curse words or the profanity, because I don't be cursing. I stopped spilling for things. And so y'all just playing, talking to Erica, like, hey, Erica, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I do this, that. He's like, yeah, conversation. I just thought it was an informational thing. It was my interview, y'all. But I was being myself. Spirit is ministering to me right now. I keep getting so many things popping up saying, be yourself. People are going to love when you're just showing up as your true, authentic self. There's a certain energy and a frequency that resonates with that you give off. You don't give it off any other time except for when you're truly, authentically being yourself in that moment. Like now, I'm totally being myself right now. Just totally being me. I ain't hiding nothing. I ain't trying to act like this, that, and the other. I'm genuinely sharing a story as it happened that I was excited about, right? And so, confirmation. So basically, recognize what opportunities are for you. Don't cower away from them. Don't, if God put that in front, it's an opportunity for you. This is an opportunity for me. And don't look at it like God will say, hey, people will send you opportunity and say, hey, do you need this? No, people need that for me. I can show up and teach it. Hey, who do I need to talk to? Bosses recognize other bosses. So when you show up in your big energy with your confidence and blah 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 blah, what y'all need done around here, because I'm the one that can get the job done type energy, it's different. So they respect that. People just want a confident person that's okay. You sound like you know what you're doing. We're gonna trust you until we don't. Until you mess up. And that was it. And I started off teaching online because it was 2020, y'all. COVID. So I was doing this on Facebook Live, just sitting there talking to y'all like I'm doing right now. Like I'm doing right now, just talking to people, teaching them stuff, researching stuff, and reading to them for 2 hours. And it would go on the community Facebook page as an event, or I would announce it early and be like, we're going to make this on today's live. And, so I would go live and teach something on their community page until we got to the point where we could actually do this stuff in person. And they transformed the gym in the apartment complex into a community center with tables and like a little back wall that had like a kitchen area. Talk about durability. Yep. So they did that, and Yeah, 3 weeks after I moved into that apartment, people were talking about how expensive it is down there, how this, how that. I didn't know what area to go live in. I was trying to move to Grand Prairie, which was kind of southwest, and it was closer to Fort Worth. God put me up north in a nice bougie area. And I was like, I was gonna live in a luxury gated community down there. It wasn't that expensive. During COVID, everything dropped. It was only 12 something for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. They would never call me back. And they was like, well, nobody's in the office. And they ignored me for weeks, y'all. And I was like, I'm in the crunch. I gotta hurry up and find another apartment. I did a Google review on them not answering their phones. They finally called me back. And I guess somebody else saw the Google review because I submitted the application, did everything. They said we can't accept your income being out of state. Because I worked enterprise corporate headquarters in St. Louis, but you could work all over the country if you're an IT contractor or even an IT employee working remote. Yep, how much you can manifest by moving in the moment. Yep, because like I said, I was in St. Louis praying to work for my apartment so I can get 50% off my rent. God lets one apartment complex fall through on me that I actually flew down to Texas to see. Early June, I moved at the end of July. It's like June 2nd, I flew to Dallas. July 27th, I moved to Dallas. I flew down there to check everything out and look for an apartment and see the lay of the land and see an apartment in the neighborhood before I applied for it. And why that morning I woke up, I had just got the BMW. So this had to be like June 7th or something. I just got the BMW. And I said, okay, I'm gonna get up and drive down there. Everybody's like, it's a 10-hour drive. I said, I drive 8 hours to Atlanta all the time to go see Uncle Craig. And I was just like, what's 10 hours? And I've driven 12 hours to go to North Carolina to see my high school friend. I was like, oh my, the drive ain't bad. I'm gonna have to get used to it anyway if I have to come back to St. Louis at all. And so I woke up that morning. I had checked flights like 2 weeks before I ever got the BMW. And during COVID, y'all, everything stayed the same or it was cheap. And so I checked flights and round trip was $297. At this time, I had access to a lot of money out of my 401k under the CARES Act. They opened up everybody's 401k. Like you could drain it if you needed to. And I took 30,000 out over the course of that year. We had crab legs, my son's birthday. We was baby. we was living, okay? On top of my regular work salary. Once the interviews at workbacks. It's like there's a delay in these comments. There's a big delay in the comments. Why so yeah, I had all the money. I had just gotten over COVID in April. I got it early March. The first week of lockdown, I had COVID. Day one lockdown, I was already sick from that weekend. Got it from a relative, y'all. And so all this stuff was just happening for me, not to me. For me, not to me. It blew up my Facebook. Everybody was calling me. Hundreds of people called me, y'all, try to see if they was sick and everything. They's like, well, you got it. Is it real? It's like, yeah, me and my kids right here with it. And so let me see if I got a picture from then. And praying for, all this stuff. The apartment fell through. Then I got the one within 3 weeks of me moving in. They switched ownership. This new management company had this program where they offer community events and people who live there could work and do the events. And they had these all over, Texas and the Southwest. And they took over right after I moved in. That was already in the works. Do you understand what was already in the works with me moving down there? And so when something fell through, something better was there. When something fell through, something better was already waiting on me. It fell through because it wasn't for me. This was for me. This was for me. That location. Let's say that. I couldn't have chose a better location. But the fact that everything just lined up, okay, here's the 50% off the rent you've been praying for. Here's this, here's that, here's a bigger unit, here's this, here's that, and here's all the stuff you said you wanted. You're right here in it. And so that worked out really well. And I had people in my ear trying to discourage me. oh, Texas expensive. How you gonna afford rent down there? It was hard for me to pay it by myself. But people gotta realize I was working in IT, even though I ain't make what I should have been making, I was still making almost 80,000. So I didn't. And then when I got down there, I didn't know you don't pay state income taxes in Texas. So all the money I was paying for Missouri state taxes out of my paycheck, my shoulders still came back to me. I was like half off the rent, have all your state tax money back. I was like, baby, 401k wide open. You need another $10,000. Granted, y'all had been there for 14 years at that point. It was 16 years by the time I left. So you couldn't tell me nothing. Yeah, they thought I was rich when I moved down there because baby, I was shopping. You ain't see me in nothing twice. You ain't see me in nothing twice. Yeah, yeah. I was out here doing the most and loving it at every brunch. At every brunch. Somebody say brunch. I was at the brunch. I was hosting brunches. And so yeah, yeah. I was living my best life at that moment. I really was. Yeah. And God be showing me like, girl, yeah, you did these things. That was that, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry. It'll be that times 10. Now that you know what you're supposed to be doing, how to weed out who ain't supposed to be around you. And when you get a real, true level of abundance, a true abundance, you won't squander it away. What are these? This is exactly why I don't have storage in my phone. This is in 2020. Pictures of nails that ain't even my nails, just random nails. I was in West Palm for the new year at the end of 2020. Bye bye. I was. I was. I was somewhere doing something. What is it? I took a picture every damn thing in life, and I need to delete them. I really do. Oh, that's when I was here. My brother and his kids. Me and my little chunky butt. That Christmas. Tweety. I did buy them those in 2020. They done held on them little suitcase and overnight bags. I'm the auntie that shops. My birthday that year was lit. Who's still on her? Mask and all, we was outside. That was me on my 39th birthday in Dallas. I had got my makeup done, my dress. We had to wear a mask and everything, but I was still outside, honey. Can't show y'all who I was with that night. She hooked my makeup up. It was that little gold corner. That was everything. Out here looking like a glamorous ninja. So sometimes it's good to go and reminiscing. Sometimes just remember how good God was to you. Like this is still your life. You guys, the same guy, same you. I was being fast on that picture. This is a cute little fashion over dress. That was still that birthday weekend. Where are my other pictures? Because we was, oh, this when I first got my hair done. I used to get my sides relaxed, you know. What do you ever? People flew in. It was fun. So when people ask how I be content sitting in the house now, I done been outside. But I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back outside. So very soon. Very, very soon. Okay? Very soon. I used to drink old fashions all the time. This was one of my outfits that night, that weekend, rather. Yeah, so Shawnee's lived a little. Y'all probably think I'd be on her being all spiritual now. It's because I already had my days of being fast in the streets. Oh, this was another outfit from that same weekend. This is me standing in a corner of the apartment that burned down. So I think that was the first night, and all the other ones was so. This was me at the nail shop, just finishing my birthday nails. And these were the birthday nails. I had scorpions and stuff on them. Yeah, I really did all the black that time. Okay, so y'all probably don't see all my pictures like that. Unfortunately, I looked through my pictures like, who was I dating then? Sometimes it was more than one person. Sometimes it was more than one person. This is me trying to figure out which dress I'm gonna pick for my birthday. That was one of them. This was the top of it. This is my old glasses, my natural hair. Ooh, that's cute. I was gonna be sequin down, baby. I remember trying on all them dresses too. Well, anyway, I said I was gonna get off of her and watch my Chinese drama. Me and him took a lot of pictures. I thought I deleted them. You gotta delete old energy out your phone. This is my nails. Anywho, uh, yeah, that's when I started reading tarot. October 2020, I got my first reading. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be on here like this now. I honestly wouldn't. My baby. Look at my niece. I had bought her a little dress and a purse and a bow, and she had the sandals. That's why I ain't got no daughter, because I be done about everything in the world. So, I don't know. When y'all feeling like y'all been going through the spiritual journey for a long time, stuff ain't working out, stuff crazy. It is crazy. It don't really make sense. It is hard, and things are limited for a while. They really are. It really do be that hard, and you really do feel like this. You're gonna be in that energy forever. Oh, excuse me. Confirmation. I can speak on my personal experience. Like, it can get really hard. You can feel like you might. What if I don't ever recover from this? What if something's happening to me instead of something's happening for me? And that's really what we start feeling like when we on our spiritual journey. Like, what if I'm doing something wrong and that's why things ain't turned around yet? What if something is happening to me because of something I've done? What if there's things happening beyond my control and this is just not going to work out? I'm going to stay stuck forever. It's not going to, it's not, that's a lie. That is a lie. When you feel like you in that stuck energy off for just those few minutes, it feels so good to remember how good life can be for you. Not how good it was. I tell people when I'm doing a reading for them, whatever happens in that hour, meant to happen in that hour. We ain't just read no tarot cards, honey. We reading energy. And it's like spirit's gonna set things up. Oh, we're gonna have a special appearance from, you know, this or that. Or there's gonna be a cardinal. A cardinal was hopping outside the window back and forth three times. I just tripped off of it. A rusty color one, so it's a female. 3 times. You see cardinals, blue jays, and hummingbirds as a spiritual sign, especially a dove. First I saw something bounced past. I thought it was a rusty colored leaf. Then I saw it come, hop slowly, like look at me along the patio door. And I was like, that's a cardinal. And then I finally got up and looked at her. She was running back the other way. And I was like, okay, I see you now. I see you. She's like, come and look at me. It's like, she hopped past 3 times. And I tried to show the person I was reading I was doing. I flipped the camera around, flew off. She said, that was just for you. That was just for you. Like, don't forget, I'm still here. I'm here with you. Like, Spirit is playing, cutesy with you. Like, don't forget, I will never leave you. Like, do you need to see a physical sign of me? And sometimes we do, y'all. It gets hard on the spiritual journey. Like, sometimes you really do need to hear from God. Like, this is hard. And it's like everybody wants you to just go back to your old life, your old ways. The book of Job. Curse God and go back to your old life. Well, he couldn't. Everybody was gone. His wife said, curse God and just be done with it. So all this can be over. You curse God, it's going to get 100 times worse. I guarantee it. You can't go back to your old life no more once you get on the spiritual journey. Once you have your awakening, once you have the dark night of the soul, once all the revelation comes, once everything that wasn't supposed to be there was cleared out, it's gone. People think you just, somebody told me, to God in my face, you need to just go back to your corporate job. You don't feed me. Why are you that passionate about me doing that? People will be mad at you for what you're going through, but Spirit wants you to see how people feel about you, see what people think about you. They don't even respect you unless you're in that position with that title and that money. Spirit wanted you to see. God will say, I will answer all your prayers and you will know that it was me. Nobody could have picked that apartment for me in the last 3 weeks. I went on an apartment list, gave an extremely tight list of criteria. I said, I don't want to pay more than $1,100 in rent. Guess what came up? An apartment that had only $1,100 in rent. That's all it cost, y'all. 11 something. I kid you not. I kid you. Spirit gave me exactly what I said I wanted. And then some. And answered the prayer on the back end. So the other thing falling through gave me what I wanted. And it was like, God will show up in so many ways to show you, I'm going to answer your prayers. I'm going to give you more than you can even think of. I didn't think of that area. I don't know nothing about Dallas. I didn't know, the area I was moving to was okay or not, but I just knew it was decent because it was luxury gated apartments, right? But it wasn't a fun hotspot like where I was, and God knows my heart. I like to get out and socialize. That was perfect for me. And so it was also, y'all, you just trust God. You just trust God. If my stories about how I kicked it, how God gave me the BMW just out of the blue, but you got to listen. I was just sitting at my desk one day. I knew I was moving to Dallas for a year. My son just graduated from high school. I knew I had to get him through that last year. COVID happened. And then all this the crazy stuff was happening. We got it. We got through all of this. And I'm sitting there. I'm driving my Equinox down to Texas. And Spirit spoke to me and said, go get a car. And I'm looking out the window at the lake like, I'm just sitting here typing on my computer, like doing my work. Spirit's like, go get a car. Why you want me to do that? I'm like, literally, like, granted, y'all, just 3 months before that moment, 3 months, I had signed up with a credit repair law firm, Lexington Law. They popular, right? Signed up with Lexington Law 3 months before that. Started fixing a few things on my credit 3 months before that moment. And I went at the opportune moment. And that's when I was like, I got another vehicle loan. I had to get a loan on it. But the price was so low. The BMW story alone was like crazy. It's like God lowered the bar so I can just step over it. It's like, is that low enough? 6 inches off the ground. He said, here, I'll just put the bar on the ground. You can step over it. He said, I'll even pick your leg up for you. Okay. got some guidance from a male friend at that time. Told me how to go in there and get my loan from my credit union I was already with. I get a better rate, and I did. Go in there and hardball them, be like, if you don't drop that price, I'm gonna call my husband. He's like, you can call me. And y'all, it hadn't even been listed for a day when I saw it. I had been, prior to that, I had been driving around and I got it on a weekday. He was trying to go home. The couple who had traded it in was at his desk. They hadn't even got their next vehicle yet. That's how fresh it was. It hadn't even been gone to get detailed yet. It was just freshly dropped off. It had sat there for a day when I saw it online. He sold it in a day, basically, because God was like, go get it. So you got to listen. You got to know the voice of God. When I was sitting there typing, I could have ignored it. I had to know the voice of God when God told me move to Dallas. He said, you going in a year? Gave me peace about it. You going in a year? But don't forget, I cried out and said, I want my life to change in 2018. I had to want it. God ain't finna show up and give you nothing you don't want. God ain't finna show up and give you nothing you don't want. You have to want your life to change. You got to want the blessings. You got to want the lessons that come with preparing you for this life. You got to want it. You can't sit there and say, I don't know. I ain't good enough. It ain't going to work for me. It only work for other people. You have to want it. And y'all, in 2018, I knew without a shadow of a doubt the way I screamed out in my bedroom and cried to God, like, this ain't my life. It's not supposed to be this hard at work, with men, with being a single parent. Ain't none of this going right. It ain't supposed to be this hard. And I feel like there are things for me that keep missing me. Where's my stuff? You gotta want it. I've been in that energy ever since. Granted, I did have my time where, oh, God gave me a bunch of money, moved me out. Like, oh, yeah. Now you out here kicking it, working in other people's businesses, doing other this, doing that. And God was like, leave corporate. And I was like, what? You playing. You playing. I was going to leave it at 20 years, but I don't get no pension, so I was going to stay. You playing. And I was like, no, you got to do it. You will be. And I was okay with doing it because I was like, okay, I got life insurance. God said, I know she'll leave. She got something else. She's Scorpio. She's going to be financially stable no matter what. I can't do her like that. She ain't going to do it. So God knows your heart. God knows the desires of your heart. You got to want it, though. Like Hannah, the woman with the unspoken prayers, she would sit there like, wanting a baby, go to the temple and pray for everybody and everything else. God would watched her sobbing and just sad. Oh, I want a baby so bad. Why you won't say nothing to me? Why don't you tell me you want this so I can grant it? Why is that the one thing you won't open up your mouth about? The desires of your own heart. Yeah, every time I spoke to God about the desires of my heart, God answered me. All I could do is just tell y'all the stories about how life has been good for me, and you will see all of those were answered prayers. Everything was an answered prayer. When I was like, I'm tired of paying the car note on the Traverse, I said, you got to be careful what you ask for. It's like monkey's paw. Then my sister totaled it and lost her ankle. That was not planned. She almost went in the river. But I got rid of that car note. She came home and was like, well, at least you ain't got to pay that car note. I was like, shit. I didn't expect it to happen that way. You can't control. Everything happens the way it happens for a reason. And it's beyond your control. It's above me now. Like, it's above me now. But yeah, I just live life with no regrets. And just understand earth is school, life is full of lessons, and it is preparing you for every miracle that you could ask, think, and imagine, and for all the ones you just had no idea it could be that good. And so I'm gonna wrap up this live with that. And I'll probably edit this video probably halfway in to give y'all the meat and potatoes, the good part of this message. I'm so glad that my people showed up and I got to share a lot of this. Some had to come out, right? Some had to come out of this. Kept trying to go live, kept trying to go live. Nobody showing up, no. And it's like this last few, okay, now it's time. My energy had to flow through right. It's 11:09. It's a divine time for me. Um, because 9 is actually what Nove means. So I just say all that to say, guys, trust and believe that if God ever gave you a good day in your life, you're gonna have another one. Okay? God is still God. Yo, you ain't washed up, you ain't over. This was not punishment. You learned some stuff. Write down your lessons. Go back and look at the pictures that made you smile, but don't look on them like I want that life back. Like, wow, things have not always been like this. Things have been good at some point. Things are getting better. Look at things that make you happy, but don't reminisce like Lot's wife. Like yesterday was better than tomorrow. Yesterday will never be better than tomorrow. You are learning so much. This version of you, this version of you is so wise. It has all the lessons stored up in it. You make decisions differently. Okay? So always be grateful. Give gratitude in the moment that you're in and what's to come. At some point, we had to grow up a little bit, and some of those grown up lessons hurt, but we get through it, and it's a season. You about to be on your come up. So I can't wait for y'all to give me those testimonies. I want to hear every last one of them. Every last one of them. God is turning things around in your favor because you're ready now. You've been through enough where you're ready now. So if you look at those good days, it's going to be a quick reference because God's going to show you, remember how good it was then? Okay, look at this. Look at this. Look at this now. Rolls Royce. Okay, I'm seeing a Rolls Royce. Confirmation. I'm seeing a white Rolls Royce. A vintage rose. Okay? Not no new stuff. A vintage rose. So y'all, wealth and abundance, privilege, all of that is yours. So I call my energy back from every person, place, being, dimension, and entity, or is taken without my permission and not used for my greatest good. I return all evil eye to the sender and block any negative energy against me and mine and the collective. And I return the energy of the collective back to them with peace, love, and light. You all have a magical and abundant good night. I love y'all.